Alright, well that about does it for the Batman Arkham Knight presentation. Now the video itself basically detailed the showing off of the new and improved Gotham City. Now Arkham Knight, for those of you who don't know, is the final link in the chain, as it were, because it is the third game in the Batman Arkham trilogy. I mean, Arkham Origins was technically the third game in the series, but it was a prequel. The main trilogy, I think anyway, is considered to be by Rocksteady. Rocksteady is back, and you know, it seems like they're the only ones fit to handle this franchise. And again, I liked Arkham Origins, but that had some major problems, and those problems were somewhat explained by the fact that I believe WB Montreal, they didn't really have a whole lot of experience in dealing with the Arkham assets, as it were. But Arkham Knight, I present to you the best argument thus far for the next-gen consoles. The Gotham City is huge, and here's the thing: it's not just about size, because Arkham Origins boasted, oh well, we have a sandbox environment twice the size of Arkham City. The problem there is that it was just so empty. I mean, it seems like they took the thing with Arkham City was, yeah, it was kind of small compared to some other open world games, but the thing is, it was so packed to the brim with detail and things to do that you didn't really think it needed to be any bigger. And with Arkham Origins, it was you know, there were no cars on the streets, and it seems like they took the same amount of side quests and whatnot from Arkham City and just spread them out more over the larger area, and that's not the way to do it. You need to fill your game with more things to do if you're going to have a bigger world, and that is really the biggest compliment I can give this iteration of Gotham City, is that it looks huge. It looks huge, and it is so packed to the brim with details. And that's what I've always loved about Rocksteady's Batman games, is that they really know how to pay attention to detail. I mean, the Gotham City we see in Arkham Knight is packed with people. There are cars on the streets. There are numerous different types of buildings. It seems like there is always something happening in the environment, something interesting happening. Not to mention it's raining. You see every single little drop of rain, every single little raindrop fall on the ground and or Batman's suit. So yeah, from just from an open world perspective, it's already the best game in the series, at least judging by first looks. But the big feature that was showcased in this presentation video was the Batmobile. And here's the thing: when I saw the initial trailer for the game, that I thought, well, I don't know how this is going to work, given the mechanics of the Batman Arkham games, because up until this point, your biggest method of getting around has either been running or gliding. Except in Arkham Origins, where you had fast travel via the Batwing. But here's the thing. The way that they do it here is that they pull off this seamless transition between normal gameplay as Batman and then again seamlessly transition into driving around in the Batmobile. And the Batmobile, it looks functional, as does Batman's suit. Batman has this kind of Iron Man thing going, where each individual plate of his suit fits into place. It's kind of like a machine, like Iron Man. But the thing is, the Batmobile itself looks like a cross between the traditional car design of the '60s and even the '90s. Take that and cross it with the Tumbler from the Christopher Nolan movies, and there you have essentially what this Batmobile looks like. Looks pretty good. It looks functional. It looks practical, but also you can tell that yes, this is the Batmobile. And the way it controls, it doesn't really feel slippery at all, or at least it doesn't look like it feels slippery because yeah, it can obviously go fast, but it can make these hard turns by extending these flaps and having very powerful brakes. Um, and another thing I was worried about is what happens if you constantly keep bumping into everything, because that was a problem with the Batmobile in Lego Batman 2. Just a recent example. I mean, yeah, it was fun if you could actually get up to speed, but you kept bumping into everything. You kept bumping into all the solid objects. That does not look like it's going to happen here. You really feel the power of this Batmobile. I mean, it is driving over rails, it's driving through fences. It has a weapon system that you can change into. And the thing with the weapon mode, as I'm going to call it, is that the wheels. I mean, it transforms so that the wheels can go in any direction, not just forward and back. I mean, they can turn around at will. It's kind of like one of those. It's kind of like the wheels that you would find on a table. How they can kind of rotate in a 360 degree rotation. So the wheels transform into that, and there's this big gun that comes out of the top, along with these missile launchers that come out of the side, and you can basically you're basically in this kind of sidestepping mode where you can go forward, back, left, right, um, while at the same time firing your machine gun, and also you can pick multiple targets and then fire a bunch of missiles at them. So it looks like a lot of fun. It looks fairly functional. I can easily see them. I can easily see players using this in a variety of combat scenarios. I don't really know how this would violate Batman's no killing rule, but then again, we've seen Batman use weapons in his vehicles before, so I guess this is really nothing new. Um, but the way that you can kind of seamlessly transition um, with the into and out of the Batmobile, and combine that with the sheer scope of the game, it actually seems like a pretty practical way to travel. I mean, yeah, you could glide, but I don't know. The Batmobile just seems like a really fresh alternative. The creators. I was reading this article in Game Informer. They wanted to make this the best car in any video game yet, which carries some pretty lofty expectations. But they're well on their way. So as of yet, we have yet to see if you will be forced to use the Batmobile in any kind of scripted story events. This really was just kind of wandering around. But yeah, my hopes are set pretty high.